Thank you. And on that note, let's get this day started. Welcome, 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 everybody. It is Thursday, September 7th. Wow, September. Can you believe it? I mean, where's this year going?
Same place all of them went.
Yeah, exactly. But we're taking it one day at a time. And the nice thing is that, ladies and gentlemen, it's not only 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern time, but it is the time that it is right now where you are watching, whether you're watching it live or recorded. So there, we got it all covered. Welcome to the Inner Circle Breakthrough Session, where you get the opportunity to really go in depth with a certified millionaire, namely Robert Hollis. We're going to get started in just a moment. And for those of you that want to participate in having a breakthrough session with Robert, it's very simple to do. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen if you're watching us on Zoom. Now, you got to be on Zoom to do this. If you're watching on Zoom, put your cursor in the middle of the screen. At the bottom, you'll see a bunch of buttons on the screen on Zoom. One of those buttons is reactions. Click on that and then click on raise hand, such as John and James have already. And we will call upon you and ask you to participate in our breakthrough session. And it's going to be a good one. So we have already got two of them up there. I want to also welcome to our inner circle two very good, or actually one very new person to the inner circle. Want to give it up to Donald Cormier. Donald, I don't see you here at the moment, but if you watch this on the record, welcome. We're happy to have you with us here on the Inner Circle, in the Inner Circle, and get ready to learn from Robert Hollis. So let's go ahead and get things rolling. If you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button. That's the one that's got the thumbs up on it. And let's go ahead and get started. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who we talk about getting breakthroughs from, who is our guide, our GPS to success, and our dear friend, let's give it up to Mr. Robert Hollis.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Craig, the hostess with the mostest, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I've been pouring my heart out so much on the dailies that I'm just going to go directly into what I can do to help you guys with breakthroughs. I even the ones that I have on my mind that I'm going to do for the next week, they're just like coming to me like crazy. And so yeah, so Craig, I that's my opening statement. How many of you guys liked Joshua A's deal? It's like yeah, when I decided to focus on he went over 15,000 in income today. And so yeah, Mosh as well went over 15,000. And Joshua Daramella, I think, is just so amazing where, he's gets to override these people and is read at 10K. So it is very, very nice to have the opportunity to change people's lives that quick, that fast. So yeah, just pretty awesome. So, let's go, Craig.
All right, let's get it started. And once again, if you have a question, and let's ask Robert personally. But if you don't want to, I'll ask it on your behalf. That's okay. But that's the nice thing about the breakthrough session is that you interact one on one with Robert, and that is so important. So if you're watching on YouTube, I did post the link in the upper part of the chat. If you're still having problems getting to it, let me know in the chat and I will get it to you. I will repost it. So let's get started. Got John Tier, James Saunders with their hands raised. Let's get started with John Tier. Unmute yourself, please, sir, and share with us.
Hey, 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 hey.
Mr. Tier, payday.
Oh man, man, that interview yesterday with Joshua, man, that that example, two major examples. One was about the whale. When
Wow.
you talk about you believe about catching a whale and you're fishing in the pond, you know,
That was good. That was
that
good.
was very good. And then the other one was uh, when you won't approach a person is because you're thinking about yourself and not the other person. And those two things were very, very major. You know, I got up early this morning and started online at about 7 o'clock. 10 o'clock came, a little mosquito buzzed in my ear, messed up my concentration. And, and then I got back online and I really just kind of finished up about an hour ago, you know. And I got to thank that Mary, what she showed, that has, man, made me focus so much with, man, every day I've been going at 50 every single day, every single day.
Way to
And they're
go.
starting to come
Way to
in
go.
and, you know, cascading effect. And it's, man, that's been great. I only have one quick question, Robert.
Sure, sure.
When I, oh, wait a minute, I did want to say this. My followers are up to 2661. That's up, and then my friends are up to 2375.
Man, what a way to hold yourself accountable. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys can see how fast you can get to 33,000 followers like me. And then, you know, I started with my Facebook profile and then I decided to build a business page and that really grew fast. That was 165,000.
Wow.
And, you know, Craig was telling me today that we're almost at 60. I think we're a couple of people away for subscribers on YouTube for 6,100.
Yeah,
And
two
it's
subscribers
just like,
away.
yeah. And how many of you, if you looked at my YouTube channel, would go, 1,000 flipping videos?
Yeah.
I did those one day at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, I had good days. Good days where, you know, sometimes you got 3 we're uploading and maybe a couple of shorts that Craig and Matt did. And then we have like yesterday, you know, it was like, hey, you know, corporate call went a little bit longer than normal. I'm not going to jump off a corporate call to do a YouTube live. It's like Terry, when she does, if you guys are consistent in anything, you know, Terry does the vibe of the day. I don't know if you guys read the one today. I think it was amazing, but she does the vibe of the day. And if she forgets it in the morning, she gets hammered by 40 people.
Oh, wow.
But isn't that, it's like, where's my vibe of the day? You know, why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing? It's so what was your question, John?
So,
I'm proud of you, by the way. Everybody,
thank you. Thank you.
but wouldn't it be neat if everyone has to say what their followers are and friends are? And it's like, wait a minute, are your numbers still the same as they were last time? Yeah. Like that.
Okay. So just a quick question was, when you see that they've looked at the gift, but they haven't made a response, is that a sort out, or is that, you know, you still ask for the favor? Because I know every single step is a sorting.
Again, John, I've been going back and forth with Eric Markman. You know, I was telling Eric, you know,
Thanks, Bill.
I was telling Eric that, you know, my whole goal is to get you guys to not think and be ignorance on fire. And so Eric keeps asking me questions like, hey, you know, when you reach out to people, could you reach out to people and give the gift in the one shot? Yeah, you could. Could you give the gift first and then try to connect? Just send the gift. Gift for you. And then give the connection message. Hey, John, I just would love to connect with you. Hope you and your family are blessed and hope you're having the best year ever. Yeah. Could you connect, send the gift, do a message, do me a huge favor, post the steps to success and freedom and your affiliate link? Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting you. There is no wrong way.
I still believe in this one thought. If you guys are watching my videos, I hope this doesn't freak you guys out. And if it does, hey, you wasn't meant to hear it. I'm not going to say anything negative. It's just that you don't have the ears to hear. I will run 100% on faith.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I get quiet, look for guidance. I just trust his ability to lead me to the right people, to say the things that they have to hear, to get them to move into motion.
Mm-hmm.
And that usually happens through the steps that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And so if you guys can really get to the point where, oh my God, what do I say if someone, pitches me, back and, what if they call me all kinds of names and what if they give me a marriage proposal? I'm really good, John. And you know what? I'll be really bold and open with you guys. You guys are always asking me, when would I do a video that shows the process? And I keep saying I'll do it. I do it. I say I'll do it for you guys because I'm a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
So I make a commitment. And then when I think about doing the process, I'd go, if they ever watch me for 3 or 4 hours, they freaking quit.
Well, now I don't need it now, Robert, for myself.
But here's my point, John. I started with a cookie cutter. But then because I knew everyone was unique, and this book messed me up, John, forever.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not only going to proclaim my uniqueness, John, Mr. Tier,
Mm-hmm.
I know how freaking unique you are.
It's interesting you should say that, because now my gifts are tailored to the person.
Yeah.
My gifts are now tailored to the person. When I go out and look at their profile, I let the spirit speak to me and I try and see where they are. And it's no longer just a cookie cutter gift. It's whatever I feel like the spirit is leading me to say to that particular individual. And it's different for everybody. So I don't know what's going. And now I had another epiphany this morning. It was really just like, oh my goodness, because I was going out and I went to a lot of different sites. I got a lot of different groups that I'm in. But the ones that I had been avoiding were the musician groups. And I said, well, why am I avoiding the musician groups? I said, because musicians don't want to do anything. And then I thought about it. Aren't you a musician? I was like, well, yeah. I said, don't you think there's somebody else out there just like you who thinks about music and business at the same time?
Do you know who Daniel is in Colombia?
No.
Oh my God. There's a guy named Daniel that's in my group. He's front level to me in Colombia. And this guy's guitar skills on a scale to 1 to 10.
I think he's been on here a few times. Yeah.
To get my physical examination.
Oh, who was that? I don't know. All right. Hey, now you guys see how I really react to stuff, right? and so, it's one of those things where Daniel struggles with the same thing, and he's getting way better. But this guy's guitar skills on 1 to 10 is like 9.9.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he struggles with that very creative side of his, and then trying to do cookie cutter crap.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw this out there without saying it at all. The more creative you are, the more it's got to be sort of difficult for you to do cookie cutter stuff. master the mundane.
Mhm.
And so the people that succeed most in life, John, are people that fail their way to success. The more they fail, the more they succeed.
Mhm.
And so it's like when I was told to say as little as possible to as many people as I can, as fast as I can. Eric reached out to me one time and he says, when people just send you a message saying hello, and your first feelings are, new account, this is scam, this is bullshit. It really depends on the person that sends me that is my reaction, because my thought action is block and delete, move on. My heart action, looking at it, taking a deep breath. Okay, I'm just going to send them steps to success and freedom. And as soon as I do it, what a waste of time. What that millisecond was such a waste of time. And it's like, but I love being obedient.
And you're planting a seed.
Seeds.
Yeah, you're planting seeds.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like John, I'm glad you brought this up. You always do. Okay, so here's something I really want to blow you guys' minds with. Really, listen close. Okay, so we struggle every day with wanting to understand the process. When it scripturally says,
Lean on
you'll
it.
never understand.
Right.
You'll never understand, but I got to understand. I got to know the process, when to do this step, when to do this step. Lean not on your own understanding. But I need to understand the process, who to contact, how to contact, and what order. Lean not on your own understanding. And it's like, so the whole different realm of connecting with another human being to get them to know, like, and trust you is your ability to do your best to use your instincts to find out what they're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm getting better at that as I begin to study the profiles of people. Like I said, I'm not like cookie cutter about this gift I got. And now for musicians now, I know as a musician that we like whatever instrument we're playing, we like to see people who are good at what we do. So that's probably going to be the gift that I send to, musicians. If I have a guitar player, I'll send him something that's good with the guitar, horns, whatever the case may be.
What would be a gift to someone like that? See, I was telling Daniel, how many YouTube videos do you have of you playing guitar? And I'm going like, he goes, well, quite a few. I said, send me your favorite one. And I'm standing there watching it. And it's like I've shared with you guys before. It's like sitting at a restaurant and then all of a sudden someone comes over and the first thing the person does is talk in their language to the waiter or waitress. Mm-hmm. And you just go, damn, I always wanted to do. But watching someone sing a song that rips your heart out of your chest, like, Daydream, that girl on America's Got Talent, or watching you, John, or watching Craig, in the zone, at a play. And it's like, what could I say? If I was reaching out to Anthony and I knew that he's in racing and I send him a picture of me in the Borg Warner Winner Circle on ABC Wild World of Sports, winning the Michigan 500, I think I just took it to a new level for him. And he's going, well, I'm in NASCAR. I'm in drag racing, NHRA. Oh, well, here's me and my buddy. We built a pro stock Camaro. Here, check this out. And it's like, I don't know another way to meet them on their level than if you were talking to, hey, have you been using YouTube or something, to get people to know that you love music and you love this instrument? No. Have you ever seen this guy? Damn. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like that's how you connect with people. You drop their barriers and you drop them, leaving them a connection message, and they're like, who is this guy? Why is he doing this? What is it said? See, right away, instead of just going, how can I approach this person? And again, a sincere compliment, not being manipulative, is, I connected with a guy 2 days ago, and I reached out and I said, man, I just watched one of your videos, and dude, you're good. I said, that was awesome. And he came back and he goes, I don't even want to tell you what that meant. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, I was just evaluating posting on YouTube is a waste of freaking time.
Wow.
And I went, yeah, then why do we always consistently hear the Justin Bieber story? And why do we hear this new guy that, talk about the wealthy people north of Richmond? That why do these people jelly roll? Why do we hear that people that are consistent and consistently just being consistent, all of a sudden it's like, wow, that video got 1 million views. That's going to happen to me. I had one video that hit 66,000, but I will continue to create content that when it grips, it's gonna flip some people out. And so I know that's going to happen. So once I make that kind of commitment, John, like finding other people at the right place at the right time, I just wish you guys all believed that there's a Joshua Daramella out there for you guys.
Yes, there is. And because of that video yesterday, because of what Joshua said about you thinking about not yourself, but thinking about other people, that's why I had that epiphany as like, man, if you as a musician, and have a business mind, there are other musicians out there just like that.
Here's what I still don't get why people don't focus on. So, John, there's this love that you have in your life. Every one of you that watched this video live or recorded, there's this thing that if we could do it all day, every day, and do it for free, we do it. And then that was, for me, an auto mechanic. See, my goal was to go out and become a crew chief. And really my first goal was to make enough money that I could actually be a professional race car driver. And when I went out there, but it was always this, I can't afford what other teams have, so I'm not good enough to get sponsorship. You see what I mean? And so all of a sudden, the thing that I wanted, all of a sudden, it's like, okay, did the drag car. We made it to the finals. We made money. That ain't it. Give everything to my best friend, David Beckley, and just walk away. I got to find something else. That wasn't it. And, standing in the winner's circle, I thought that wasn't it. So if you could make enough money by helping other people succeed in life, and Joshua, and I'll just say the Nigerian leaders, I reached out to every one of them today and just went, I don't think that you'll ever understand that I'm more excited about the income that you earn today than you are. And Mosh replied back, now I know why you're a super. And I said, when you get jacked out of your mind because your people are making money and they're changing their lives, I'm not money motivated. Matt's been around me his whole damn life. Ask him. I'm not money motivated. I got to do this for other people. And the extra income that I earn, I gotta give that to orphans. I won't function if I did this for me. So when you're reaching out to people in the music world, John, if it was only to say, okay, here's a dream. what if you had 100% freedom and you could play as much as you want, anywhere you wanted, but you didn't have to do it for the money?
Every musician's dream. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that would be the ultimate dream. My thoughts is I always put myself in a position where, we all do this. We're human beings, but I want to be a professional race car driver, but I still got to cover my frickin' bills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I still want to enjoy it as a hobby. So I'm going to work with these other cars. And then the dream was to be a professional race car driver. So now all of a sudden, John, I'm working on other people's cars and I'm watching them get a trophy and stuff, and I'm working on their frickin' car. Wasn't doing it for me. And so, so all of a sudden I got my friends calling me up and it's going, hey, you coming to the track this weekend? No. I'm tired of working on frickin' cars.
Robert, one of my dreams is really to be able to put together a unit and we'll go play any place and I'll pay them what they're worth, because I know how these club owners and how these places are. And it won't even matter, because I'll be able to pay them what they're worth right out of my pocket. And I'll always have musicians whenever I want to have them. And they will be able to, we'll just go wherever we want to play. I say, man, let's go over there. And that club owner is going to say, well, so don't worry about the price. We've got that handled.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. So every person that if you could tell them, listen, what if you were in a position where not only did you need the club to pay for you, but you overpaid everyone that that's the best of the best.
Yep.
And so what's that kid's name that's that does the Matrix movies?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. So don't you guys find it interesting when you hear, oh, Keanu Reeves has a band? How many of you think that he's doing it to make money?
Right.
So to think that someone's smart enough to go, I'm doing this acting thing, but this is why I'm freaking doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what's his name? Tonight Show. Boy, good on names today. With all the cars. Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
So Jay Leno won't spend any of the money that he made on the Tonight Show because he still wants to make money and stay hungry doing stand-up.
Wow.
So he's never, ever spent any money that he's made doing any TV gig.
Wow.
So that keeps him hungry in the stand-up game.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone said you should do the Tonight Show, but his love and passion is standing in front of a group of people, making them laugh at stand-up. So, Mr. Tier, you're on to something here.
Yeah, man.
Because if everyone could say, I'm doing this because I would love to do this full time.
Yes.
Now, if some of you trick yourself into falling in love of taking care of orphans and helping people like you guys get to your dreams, well, then you have my position.
Robert, I graduated out of high school late because I spent the majority of my time in the piano room practicing. Yeah.
Do you have some YouTube videos of doing your performances?
No, I'm going to start some. Matter of fact, later on this month, that's what I just finished a contract on a big gig that we've got coming up in about 2 weeks. And that's getting ready to start, my whole YouTube, everything. Yeah. Because lots of people know me. I play with a number of people and they know that I can play, and so now I'm starting that whole thing of, I'm starting even with rehearsals, just, because people like the process. I'm starting with that and just starting to build that whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Thank
all
you,
right,
Mr.
Robert.
Chair. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
as you guys continue, you guys are inner circle. So I want you guys to always believe that you're getting something that other people are not.
I do have one. Hey, Robert, what's happening on the 15th?
Oh, what's the clues that I could give you guys? Josh is hearing me.
Okay.
Okay. And so a lot of changes coming about, and most of them are just dealing with simplicity. I think you guys will be blown away when you see Josh doing a theoretical example.
Yes, I figured that was going to be there. Yeah.
And also, if I tell you guys, will you promise not to tell anybody?
Absolutely.
See, if I see you guys telling people, I find out who I can trust, right?
Right.
So what if there was a way when people get told what position to get in, that they're basically getting, you know how the prepaid travel works?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're buying prepaid travel, but you get to use it on whatever you want, whenever you want.
Right.
What if the way that people entered into this company was by buying personal volume that immediately went in their back office, that they can make up their mind when they want to spend it and how they want to spend it?
Oh, prepaid products, almost.
Similar.
Yeah.
Similar. So there's going to be a good whisper campaign. Josh started it today, but they're all sending us stuff that we'll be able to show in videos without talking about it. But people like, it'll honestly be like, Terry brought this up. When we got an MDC, do you want to be a free person, a builder, director, executive?
Right.
But because it was so focused on HempWorks, see, everyone was just focused on CBD oil. Why? It was CBD oil or sprays. It was 5 sprays or CBD oil. What kinds are they? There's natural and peppermint. And how many milligrams? 500.
Right.
500. What else do you have? That's it. So since it was focused on HempWorks, you had choice of flavor.
Right.
Builder, director, executive.
Right.
You guys starting to see similar to what's happening in Nigeria? What do? Executive foil packs. What else do you do? Executive foil packs. What else do you do? Executive foil packs. Do you want to be a builder, director, or executive? It's like, I can't afford builder, director, executive. Then great, share your affiliate link. Let other people decide what position they can afford to come in or how much they can purchase. And when you get paid, then use your credit wallet to become an executive so you can go up the ranks.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
So when it's that simple, so there's just been some leaderships where, everyone's looking at me wanting to know what I'm doing. And I send them Mosh's video of, here's my 1, 5, 10, 25, 50 rank. You want some foils. And then here's my people's ranks. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun in this company when Josh does the webinar, and he's so excited that he can't stop himself. So he's got to say, well, 60% of the rank advancements in the Nigerian group. You know what I mean?
I heard that.
Yeah, and that, going back to finding the right person at the right time. I know some of you, are focused on finding other Nigerians to be able to capitalize on that market. when they really have still a lot of disadvantages compared to the United States. So you got to find some people that are willing to jump through some freaking hoops.
Yes, you do.
Well, the first thing you got to do is put money on a credit wallet. You know what I mean? I'm not a credit wallet, but a crypto wallet. I ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then place your order and get a number and go down to a local bank and give them money. And once it's wired to MDC for your order, then you can pick up your order. They're not mailing it to me. I don't have a credit card. I don't have a bank account. See, I dealt with this in South America and Central America.
Mm-hmm.
You walk up to people and you go, hey, just log in the back order and place an order. Can I give them cash? I don't have a credit card. But do you have a bank account? I don't have a bank account. So getting people to take their cash and go to a bank and then go to the local office to pick up the product. Hey, but do you guys realize it's still a sorting game?
Yes. I
get a call from Joshua Daramella months ago where he finally got enough money in his credit wallet so he could pay for transportation, public transportation, to go all the way to Lagos to pick up his product. It's like, damn. It's like, you got people, well, if you would give me the money and you could open up an office in my backyard so I can walk and talk to the product manager. It's like, Jesus, this is not for you.
We don't realize how good we really have it here.
Right.
We really don't realize how good we have it here. And
product shows up at your door, in 2 days. It's like, it's ridiculous,
Right. Yeah. So
thank you, John.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it, man.
Love you. Love you
too.
You bet.
Mary, thank you too.
John, thank you so very much. And those interviews, I gotta say, are incredible.
Yeah, they are.
Everybody needs to watch them. I've been posting the links whenever they come up. If you need one of the links to one of the interviews, let me know and I will make sure that you get it. All right, let's move on. We've got 4 people with their hands raised. James, Katie, Anthony, and Coach Bob, you guys have your hands up. James Saunders, let's go ahead. Unmute yourself, please, and share with us.
Robert.
Hi, James.
I'm going to cut to the chase.
How are you, my brother?
I'm wonderful. I'm highly blessed. Awesomely favored.
Woo!
I don't have any complaints. Okay?
Love you, my friend. Get to the point.
I love you too. I watched the interview with Joshua 3 times. It was a fantastic interview. The things he said, the way he said them, was awe-inspiring.
Yes.
My question to you is, I realize that you told me, you said, James, slow down, James. You don't want to put a bunch of people on the line in front of me. You can just put your guy from the Philippines and you, and that's it. Or maybe you want to put Jerome on the line, because I see Jerome's on here too. That's it. When do you make the decision, or how do you make the decision? Because I heard Joshua talk about doing a Zoom with multiple people himself.
Right.
Himself.
Right.
I never consider, I might consider it for a second, but then I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Where I would want to put a person on with you that they joined the business as a free affiliate. They've seen the steps video. Maybe they were a 10, but now they're a 7. Now they're a 6.
Yep.
I don't want to put that person on with you because your job, the way I see it, is not to beef up these people who fall off and you got to get them revved up again. No. That's
Yeah.
not your job. Your job is to be phenomenal as you are. So you're not going to be, and I'm not going to do that. But basically, what I'm doing is, you said
Yeah, well,
share.
let me tell you what Joshua meant by that. What Joshua meant by that is his goal was Joshua Daramella got him on a Zoom with me. But what he did first is he showed him my video. Joshua created a free account. And then when he created a free account, then Joshua connected Joshua in a group chat with me. And so I say to people all the time, hey, James, it's always great to hear your voice. I'm so honored and blessed to be your friend and your business partner. And thank you very much for introducing me to Jerome. Jerome, man, you couldn't be in better hands. James has gotten a check from this company. He understands the process. He's also had ranks. He can show you how to do that. If you have any questions of me, then just let me know. So the reason for the connection is just third-party validation. It's like, oh, so James shared Robert's video with me. The next thing I know, this guy's on the phone. On this messenger talking to me. That doesn't mean that they're the right person at the right time. So once Joshua felt comfortable in that process, then he started doing it with his people. See, so now he's got his people showing the video. Then they're getting them to become a free affiliate. And then they're putting Joshua in a group message. And these people, the right people at the right time, are going, I do have a question. How fast can I make $5,000? Well, why don't all three of us set up a Zoom? So the Zooms that he's doing is when you got people that are putting the right kind of people in front of you all day, your calendar should be full of nothing but Zooms of you talking to brand new people for somebody else. Now, there's 6,000 people in Nigeria. Did I do 6,000 Zooms? No, I did 5. Because their ignorance on fire. So once Joshua had it, once Mosh had it, once even Joshua Daramella might put me on a Zoom maybe one a month, because the rest of the people are either doing it or they're not. So they understand the sort, but if someone is going to go through all the steps, James, you know what I mean? They watch the video, they become a free affiliate, you connect them with me on a Messenger, they watch the 5,000 video, the theoretical example, and the next thing they do is order product. And the next thing they're doing is sharing their affiliate link with other people going through the process. All those people that you've seen in the last, over 90 new rank advancements. And there's people that are on those rank advancements that are 10Ks that they're not friends with me on frickin' Facebook. I've never talked to them. I send them a really nice message in the contact messenger in the back of MDC. And the ones that you guys see me post pictures of are the people that reached out to me and sent me their picture. But there's got to be 50% of them that have not even returned my message in the back of MTC's contact manager. How many of you right now would be upset if you had 5 10Ks that were in your group, but they never contact you? That sucks. That really sucks right there. It's like, because they're connected with people they know. They're probably scared of me. They don't want to reach out to me. They think I'm watching. I don't know what it is. But I can remember when I first got involved in this industry, James, the most successful people in the company, I was not the outgoing person that made sure I got a picture with them. I didn't introduce myself to them. They didn't even know I existed. So I'm the kind of people that, you know, when people find out about me is the first time that it's usually me on stage. So just like Josh said, you know, hey, I seen Robert in 2013 at a GoPro event speaking on stage. So yeah. So that's the way you do it, James. So yeah, if people don't want to go through the steps, then they're just not the right person at the right time. You just got to move on.
The person goes through the steps, they join the business, they watch the video, they talk to some people said yes, some people said no.
James, listen, I have people that have worked with me that have gotten this freaking plaque and let their checks go all the way to zero till they can't afford to be an MDC anymore and get a check to go someplace else.
Yeah.
Which is a video I'm gonna do. Because people, a lot of you that are inner circle people, right? Listen to me very closely. Can you, if you watch the video I did today on ignorance on fire, I believe in my heart that every one of you has been ignorance on fire at something in your life, a number of times in your life. Yes or yes, right? The thing is, without getting too deep on this, because I want to get to the questions, is have any of you ever been hurt by another human being? Now I can just see James' fingers. James went, I have two hands on the phone. Now I got to raise my hand and hang on to the phone. It's like, all right. Do you guys realize that things have happened to Robert Hollis through his life and journey where people have really, really, really fucking crushed me? For those of you that don't like swearing, I apologize. But that's the way I feel. And so I've been in companies, and let me just give you a couple of them, because sometimes at the time that it happens, there's really no recovery. There really isn't. So, you know, I got married when I was young. The reason we got married is because that's what you're supposed to do. You can't shack up. I'm moving to go to college. And then one day this lady looks at me and says, I don't want to be married to you anymore. And I went, you're not taking my son. And she says, I'm not interested in him. That would stop me a while before I finally asked Terry to marry me. Does anyone understand that? It's like you shouldn't be painting all women with a broad brush. But when I tell that story about, I'm not dating, I'm just going to be a father. My focus is my son. I don't need this kind of heartache. I don't need it. So that's where I tell the joke that all of a sudden someone says, you need to meet this girl. And I go, as long as she's not a redhead. See, I'm lowering my standards because my ex-wife was a redhead. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It is like we slowly heal. And it's a choice to heal. So in network marketing, I'm out working with my mentor. Everything's going awesome. He decides to start Equinox International from NSA. And I get my printout. My check is normally about 70, 80,000 a month. We go to a new company. My check's $9,000. And I'm like, what the F happened? And I'm looking at my group and 60% of my group's gone. And I find out that one of the biggest leaders I have in my group left me and signed with my upline.
Sure.
I thought I could get over it. I was emotionally too immature. I couldn't get over it. Even though I was number 5 in that company, same company that Todd Falcone and Mark Aceta was in, I got so pissed off, I focused for 9 months, become the top 5 money earner in that company, and then left. I couldn't get over it. So when I left, how many people think that I got involved in a company within the next couple of months? Now, I took 5 years off. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm crushed. Not a little bit, crushed. How many people know that I don't need to go to the next story? So now I'm in ACN. I finally step in March of 95. I'm going to go back to work. I become number 1 in the world for like 4 years. And then I get in an argument with one of the owners because none of the gas and electric, I had 2.6 million customers for gas and electric. And none of them got hooked up. None of them saved any money. None of them got hooked up. So then I go to a convention and walk across the stage every month for customers and recruits. So I'm number 1 in the quarter, number 1 for the year in both. And then I find out the next day that they're not putting me on the Circle of Champions. So it's supposed to be the top 10 income earners get on the circle. And I was told that I wasn't going to be put on the Circle of Champions, even though I was number 1 in the world, because I wasn't a company man. Sold my distributorship that was making me close to $1 million a year. I sold it to Mike and Tony Koupas for $1 and effing walked away. I'm not saying I'm super mature sometimes. But how many people think after I left ACN that I immediately jumped to another company, or do you guys think I needed some years off again? That's where the retirements come from. So me and Craig and Melody are in a company, 758,000, doing 43 million a month, have 9 people in my group that are making $1 million a year. Craig knows them all. I'm sitting in Houston doing a training, and I get a call from my best friend, Fred Herzog, that's in Peru. And he goes, what the hell is Gano like? I'm at this big convention, and they're starting a new company. I'm going, I don't know anything about it. And he goes, you should. Every one of your leaders are here. I'm the master distributor of the company. And this guy, Jovan Kabasig, tells every person, he told all my leaders, how would you like to be the master distributor of my new company? Lied to them all. How would you guys like to go from $281,000 a month to not getting the product that you had on auto ship, so you have to charge back your credit card?
Oh my God.
Craig was one of the last people in that company. So any one of you want to guess when that was? 2013. So now all of a sudden, when Robert's building a brand, Robert's selling courses, Robert's a life coach, he's speaking at Eric Worre's events. I'm doing so good, I'm closing out. I'm the last anchor speaker for Eric Worre. I'm the last anchor speaker for Ray Higdon. I'm the last speaker for Association of Network Marketing Professionals. I wrote books. I won because I despise network marketing. Then aren't I painting a big picture, a big brush again? See, it's not the industry or the business model, it was the person. So I could tell you guys the whole story by naming 3 people. 3 people crushed me. So you guys, so this was meant to be on the inner circle. This won't be on another call. So I want you to think about the things that have crushed you in the past that's stopping you from choosing to go back in ignorance on fire? Some of you guys are doing stuff each and every day, or not doing stuff each and every day because someone's crushed you in the past. An upline, a sideline, an owner. Someone crushed you, so you won't surrender. See, it's not that you can't, you choose not to. So I'm always brutally honest with the inner circle people, because the universe, or if you believe in God, tricked me. They tricked me. Because the brand is not easy. It doesn't have leverage. It doesn't have residual to do the X up, 10X, 10X. 10X means you're spending 10 times the money on advertising. 10X means you're spending all your income. So me and Matt are making $30,000 a month and spending $27,000 to do it. So Matt looks at me and says, I said, what's wrong? He goes, I hate this. I don't want to do this stuff anymore. There's no end to it. And I said, then quit. And he's going, I can't, because this is the money we live on. You and Mom make money off this. I said, no, we're done. We're done. And when I say I'm done, I'm done. It's like we had thousands of videos on Wistia, all my courses, everything. Just shut Wistia down. Just bam. Got rid of Confusionsoft. Bam, bam. Just shut everything down. And then Terry says to me, can you and Matt help me with this? That's what tricked me. I had so many leaders reach out and say to me, you guys, why didn't you tell me you were looking? Do you know the frickin' deal I could have got for you? A multi-million-dollar contract. Why didn't you tell me you were looking? And I said, you were talking to the wrong person. You should have called Terry. Because my ego's too big. Some of you really need to hear this. My ego's so big, I'm not going to change anything I'm doing, even though I was unhappy, even though it was, my son Matthew and his wife was struggling. My ego kept me in the Eric Worre, Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, Ray Higdon, Todd Falcone bullshit. So the only person that was ever honest enough with us is me and Matt go to La Jolla, California to meet with Jonathan Budd. He just stood up in front of everybody, said, how many of you guys heard that I made over $3.5 million last year? And he goes, I did. Let's pull up my tax returns. 3.5 million, 600 and something, right? Then he says, now let's go to the expense report. Spent $2.6 million in advertising. Write off this, my service, my servers, write off this, write all this off. And he says, now we got a net profit of 400,000. And that was the first person that was honest enough with me and Matt to go, yeah, you can make 3.5 million, tell everybody that you're a multi-millionaire a year and the selling courses coaching game, your seminar game. But no one wants to honestly tell you what they spent to make the 3. So that's the game of self-employment. It's just that game. So I said all that to rant a little bit with you guys, that if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, why not look back in your past and see where you were crushed? Because all it took was Bill Gould to say to me, Robert, what if you never get the sorry? What if you never get I love you? What if you never get, I didn't mean to do this to you? What if you never get, I appreciate you? What if the things that you want from the people that crushed you never happen? When are you going to forgive them? When are you going to thank them? And when are you going to move on? When are you going to go back into ignorance on fire and tell everyone, hey, you know what? I had like 71 people I went through. Do you guys hear that? You know, what did he say? He personally connected with over 80 people in his first 2 days. That's creating momentum. Do you notice that he didn't tell you how many people he didn't connect with? And I asked him twice in that interview how many hours he spent, and he never said it. Do you guys ever notice that people don't say stuff that they don't know, or it took a lot of effort, so we don't want to say? So if I went to John Tier, it's like, so, you know, how many hours do you think that you've practiced piano? Craig, you know, how many times have you rehearsed? How many hours have you rehearsed for a play, Craig? See, that's the stuff that doesn't matter. That's when you know people. When I was in racing, it's like, how many races have you been to? I didn't know that we're supposed to keep track of those. Is that something you're supposed to keep track of? So if I reached out to Anthony and I said, how many times has you and your father and your brother been to a race and you didn't make any money? Wait a minute, people make money doing this? It's like, yeah, some do, not me. All right, I'm sorry. I went. Are you guys okay with that tangent though? Because I do have one more thing to add. Okay. Aaron Parker makes more money than he ever made working with MDC, me, Josh, and Jenna. Gets one of these plaques. And he invested so much time and emotion into a group of people. Power team, shirts, coins, prizes, merch. I mean, he just puts all his everything into this group of people. And then one day, hey, we're all going to Forsage. See you later. Bye. Crushed him. Crushed him. And he couldn't recover. Everyone that's watching this video live or recorded, you know some people that died and never recovered. They never recovered from the thing that happens to everybody. See, we take it so damn personal, don't we? But it's like, listen, I'm the only person that found out his wife said, I don't want to be married to you anymore. She abandoned her son. I became a single father. And then as soon as she left, then I had like the world come to me and going, oh my God, you're such a, I'm so glad that she finally left you, because she was sleeping with everybody. What? Oh yeah. I mean, even before and after you got married. They're both redheads. Yeah. So we know where Arthur's coming from. But you guys understand what I'm talking about? There's some people that never can get over this hurt that they had. And because they can't get over that hurt that they have, whether they're beating themselves up or whatever it is, we can't move forward because we got crushed. So now think of some of the people that you know that have left a company and go to another company because you're looking at one. Why would I do that? Because someone crushed me. Or maybe Maybe it's just what happens in life, so you'll move on. Maybe everyone experiences this. And we get sort of mad when, wait a minute. She's getting married? He's getting married? Yeah. Is there something wrong with my calculator? Didn't they just get a divorce? Yeah. And she or he's getting married already? What's it been? A couple of months? No, they've been hurting for a long time. They found someone before they got a divorce. You know what I mean? It's like, wait a minute, they just got divorced and they're married already. It's like, yeah, hell yeah, they moved on. But we're in our mind, we don't understand that stuff, right? Okay. Why would a professional athlete leave a team? No one ever talks to them. Oh my God, you were born and raised in Cleveland. You played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then one day you're in Florida. What the hell? We're going to burn your jerseys. We're going to rip your banners off buildings. Talking about LeBron James. Not a popular dude. Going to another team. Wins a ring. Builds his confidence. Comes home. Wins a ring. Then leaves him again. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't you guys like to know the real story behind these stories? Like if you watch documentaries now, you sort of, wait a minute, that was going on? I didn't know that was going on. So, done with my rant. Okay, Craig?
Wow. I hope everybody got a lot on that and took notes. If not, watch the replay again. Robert, thank you for sharing that. And James, thank you for bringing that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, you inspired this from Robert. And thank you so very
Craig,
much.
sorry for the interruption, but yes, James did. And that's why we can't understand. Wait a minute. A person came in, then they bought product, brought some people in, and now they won't return my call? Yeah, they're still trying to get over something. But they're right now just the wrong person at the wrong time. And what would Earl Schultz say? Jim Rowan's mentor? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I need to understand this. I know the leaders and the creators say lean not on your own understanding, but I need to understand why this person left my group. I need to know why they crushed me, why they hurt me. I spent so much time helping them and they left. Why? They're on their own unique journey. I don't know what lessons they're trying to learn, but if I were you, I wouldn't take that class. So how many of you has put a lot of effort and time into somebody in a relationship and they hurt you? Anyone? So it's like, hey, we all get to learn these lessons. It just didn't happen to one of us. So, okay, now I feel like the download stopped.
Okay. Katie, Anthony, Coach Bob, you guys are coming up. So, Katie, you have your hand up next. There's your unmute. Please open up and share.
Hey, team. So, I'm hurting from a friend that literally, I feel, tossed me like a piece of trash.
Yeah.
And for a year and a half, this person was in my life. I shared life with her. I shared goals. I shared vision. I shared meals. I shared everything. And then all of a sudden, done. So I'm in that mode when I allow myself to get in that mode. which is just going to be right now, and then I'm going to be done. But
Why, Katie, why in the F would you recruit any other person and allow them to do this to you again?
I didn't recruit
Why?
her. I didn't recruit her. She was a side sister, a side person.
Well, why would you allow anyone in your life that would crush you again? So I know how to stop from hurting. I'm just not going to connect with frickin' anybody anymore. I'm not going to let them get close to me. I'm not going to invest this much time and effort to them.
And I have,
And the dark
thankfully-
force Darth Vader is going.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I,
We got Katie to disengage. She
And I
almost
haven't.
figured.
you know, I haven't, like,
I know
I
you
have not disengaged, but it's hard to not internalize that.
Here's the deal.
I showed up for this person any minute that she needed.
And I know who you're talking about.
Like, what the fuck? I'm not a piece of trash.
You're not. But
My
see,
friendship
what you're
is a
doing-
gift.
What you're doing is doing exactly what I did, and I still try not to do, is I just can't take it personal.
I know. So my thing now is she's just going through whatever she's going through.
Yeah. It's like not only do we have seasons, and we know that we go through seasons, but people come into our life at the moments that they do, and it's really for a brief amount of time.
I'm so grateful.
I'm 61 now, and I have to look at the people that I used to think wronged me, and I got to go back to the best times that I had with them and go, you know, I that was nice to have that at the time that I had it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and boy, is it easy? Well, I'll tell you how easy it is, Katie, and the story that I just felt like I had to share with you guys. I just took 5 years off. That's how easy it is. And I'll tell you, do you know the companies that I got in, Katie, where I wasn't number one? You hear of 7 of them. What about the other 12?
Sure.
Because when I got in those companies, I wasn't emotionally involved. I was a machine, logical. This is how I'm going to build it. I'm not going to allow another upline or another owner to crush me like the other ones. Never ever caught momentum. There was a couple of companies I was in, Katie, for over a year and a half that I honestly believed that I just lost my mojo. I don't have it anymore.
Oh, you lost your sparkle.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah. I wasn't willing to be vulnerable anymore. I wasn't available. Yeah. I wasn't available. I just never ever wanted to put myself in a position to get crushed again.
Right.
And we're human beings. We're made to share love and get love, and share love and get love, and share love and get love. And,
right.
Yeah. And just love them for the season that they're in our lives. So people, people look at me now and they go, man, how these people leave your group. And I'm like, yeah, they left me a message telling me they're leaving. And I also told them that I love them and I wish them much happiness and success. And if there's anything I can do for them, let me know. And they're going to eventually learn that there was a lot of people in their lives that are no longer around.
Right. Well, so I'm going to share ignorance on fire. And then I have one other thing. We're going to just shift it up.
Katie, thank you for adding to that. Just thank you for adding to that, because it's a choice to move forward. It's a choice to let go and let God. And not try to understand why would they go to that company. It's like, here's the worst ones. The people that you help the most, make the stupidest freaking decisions that even hurt us more. You're like looking at the leadership they went with that they're listening to it. Then you look at the company and you're going like, man, so not only did they leave me and go to another company, but they actually picked the worst company to go to. This is like extra insult to injury. You know what I mean? It's like,
right. And the people that people choose to follow, I'm like, what in the world?
they're learning their lesson.
I hope they learn it so good.
They will. They will.
And
I don't
it gives them
wish
so much pleasure, like a cactus.
I don't wish them ill will.
I wish them tons of joy and laughter and love.
Yeah. I just
And they so back to ignorance on fire.
Okay.
So I shared it with my girls and I shared it with you, Robert, but literally, was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday. Talking about ignorance on fire. I go to the Chick-fil-A. I'm pulling up into my spot, waiting for the little person to bring me the meal. And she walks out with a face mask. And I was like, if Chick-fil-A is mandating these fucking face diapers, like I'm never coming back to Chick-fil-A ever again. So I said, oh my gosh, I said, is Chick-fil-A mandating you guys to wear masks? And she says, no, it's a personal preference. And I said, okay. And she must have just felt comfortable. She opened up. She says, I'm a domestic violence victim. I just don't have money to get new teeth. So it just makes me feel comfortable to wear a mask because my smile is, I just don't have teeth and I don't have money. And I first of all, I told her, I complimented her on her. I said, you're a warrior. I said, you are amazing. I said, we need to be friends forever. And she just, like her eye, like we just connected eye to eye. And I said, you probably think I'm going to be crazy, but have you ever considered doing something that extra outside of Chick-fil-A that could help you get teeth? And she enrolled last night and it's going to be amazing and all that stuff. So I say that to when we're in a position and we're really truly connecting with people, we don't ever have to second guess what the next right thing to say is.
no.
Because it just flows, like John, like you, like just everything.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
people
on fire
think
for
that
me.
when people step away from you, we've all had what we probably considered best friends. The thing that's I love about this industry is the people.
Yeah.
The thing I freaking hate about this business is the people.
Right.
It's like, you know, you just got to allow these people to go through your life the way they go through your life. And it's not that you guys know that I care.
Mhm.
It's just that you got to give them all of you and get used to doing that all the time and just let it fall where it falls.
Right.
Because I still look at the time I spend with you or the time I spend with the inner circle or the time I spend with anyone. Katie, I'm still freaking sowing seeds.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, if all of a sudden a car drove off in the ditch and took one of my little trees out, one of my little apple trees, I'm gonna be
More orchards are on their way.
Yeah. It's
One
like
last thing. I
Wait.
had my Melody Robert moment today because I remember when I started working with Melanie one-on-one, I would call her and I would just need to talk things out. And she always coached me and said the right things, just like she learned from you, and everything was beautiful. But today, my guy Eben in Nigeria, you know, he goes and recruits 79, 83 people in 48 hours. He calls me and he was coming to me for leadership and he was coming to me for guidance. And he was so almost apologetic. I am so sorry, ma'am. I don't want to feel like I disappointed you. I know I haven't been very consistent and just all these things. And I'm so self-aware that this is just it's so clear to me that this is my future. Like I'm going to be a Melody Riva and a Robert Hollis to people.
No doubt.
And
no doubt.
I just told him, I said, you know what? I said, you have priorities. I said, even if it's just 10 minutes a day and you just focus on MDC for 10 minutes a day. I said, you won't break your word to yourself. You won't break your word to your family. Like everything is going to be good. And I just working with Melody and you, and just, it's all coming together.
Yeah.
And I'm so self-aware, and I know that I'm so aligned with God. I know who I serve. I know who I am. And just that he felt that comfortable with me to call me and just talk it out.
Yeah. I'll tell you another thing that I heard one time. It's, in a really difficult transition for me one time, Katie, it was, because when I left the companies and the stories that I told you, it's not only did I take it personal and I really, 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 really was hurt by it, but it's like, I never ever in my mind ever wanted to go back to my existing group to bring them into another company. So I would totally lose momentum. I would be out of the profession so long that when I finally decided to step back in the profession, I wouldn't contact anybody that I was with before. Isn't that crazy? And it's like, so people still don't understand. And a lot of you that know me, so where there's Melody and there's Craig and my son. That's what's left of what I used to have. It's like, so when people go, oh my God, you built this whole group in 5.5 years, they're all new people. I didn't know any of these people. So it allows you to build a new, I think, wasn't it Craig who sent me the deal, the REO Speedwagon or whatever it was, keep on rolling.
Oh yeah, I forget
Was
exactly.
that just between us?
I think it was between us that you found it and you shared it.
Matt sent me this song, and I've heard it a million times. Of course, I can't sing it because I would know the damn lyrics. But in this song, that just keep on rolling, But it's like, hey, turn the page, keep on rolling, turn the page, keep on rolling. It's like so, so this thing that I heard, Katie, was, you don't know the amount of people that you can attract that will look up to you, that you can change their lives, because you're too busy focused on these people that freaking hurt you. Yeah. So we're like trying to please everyone, being a people pleaser, trying to figure out how to be the effing person that we can be for people that are not paying attention and not the right people. And so as soon as you turn around and you know that you're the person that can help and change people's lives, it's like all of a sudden you attract people. And not that this sounds rude, but it is. It's like it's pretty easy to forget people that crushed you when you're so focused on people that, So I could be upset by a few individuals that are in my life that are not paying attention to me, and I'm watching their checks go down to zero. Or I can have the joy that I had today while Josh Wagle is telling everybody about the Nigeria group.
Right. 2 quick things and then I'm done.
Yep.
You will have my 5K picture like the minute that I hit it. Okay.
Yeah.
The minute that I hit it, you'll have my picture. And then the other thing is, I hope everybody can agree, I'm sure you do, the mental freedom and the mental space that you have when you just do things a certain way, you got to think about it.
Yeah.
Like, and my brain, and Sandy and I were just talking about it. I'm like, because we would work every day on FaceTime.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you see like where we were a year ago?
Yeah.
Like, and now, and Kelly, I mean, we talk every day, but she couldn't Zoom, but whatever. It's just amazing. So the mental freedom, and I don't even allow myself to even get caught up in any of that. But it's like the deep emotional hurt that I allowed. And I think that's how I process things, is I just got to talk about it and then I work through it. And I do nothing but pray for people all the time.
Yeah. The gratitude part is whoever's hurt you in the past, you wouldn't be in their lives if you didn't have grateful moments in that. You know what I mean? whether they're no longer here with you. Some people, have difficulty mourning when they lose someone that they really love and they're invested in. And it's like, all you got to do, it's a choice. We all have a choice to go back and start. I think I shared this with you guys, but as I get older and older, there was times in my life, Katie, where I couldn't remember anything when I was a child at all. At all. Because I went from having all this awful stuff happen to me to getting to a zero neutral where they just wasn't affecting my life anymore. And where my life has really flourished is when now at 61 years of age, I can remember a lot of good things that happened to me when I was a kid.
That's beautiful.
And
I know with my dad, passing, I find gratitude in all of that. So I know I will find gratitude. It's just a fresh wound.
Yeah.
But gratitude and love conquers everything. So
it does. It does. I love you.
I love you. Oh, in 7 weeks and we get to hug.
Yes. Gonna be fun. Yes.
I love everybody. Thanks you guys so much for just
thank you for sharing, Katie.
Be my safe space.
We're just human. We're just human.
We are.
What is that? We're spiritual people. We're a spiritual experience in a human body or some damn thing. See, I'm really educated. It's like we're having spiritual experiences and try to logically try to figure the damn thing out.
Katie, thank you so very much.
One last thing. So try not to figure everything out. My kid asks me, why did Jesus have long hair? I was like, they didn't have any barbershops. And that's a wrap.
Perfect. Yeah.
By the way, for those of you wondering about the song, Matt posted it in the Zoom chat. I also posted it in the YouTube chat. It's REO Speedwagon, Roll with the Changes. The song is, the video is, I posted there, and the phrase that you were looking for, Robert, if you're tired of the same old story, turn some pages.
Awesome.
So, Matt, thank you so much for sharing that. Very, very much. Appreciate you. Okay. And of course, Katie, thank you also. Anthony, Lombardo, Coach Bob, you guys are coming up. Anthony, let's see. Let's go ahead and talk with you this time. So please open up and share with us.
Thank you, Craig. Hello, everybody. And Robert, you actually hit a good point to me, and it actually was going to refer to what I'm going to share tonight. I've been with MDC for this is going to be my 9th month. And Lisa Marie and I were kind of, chatting in the Zoom chat earlier when the Zoom started, that now we have a affiliate that signed on another affiliate and they're getting paid. I just saw in my back office that I have a level 2 affiliate, which is actually a first for me. So I'm actually very grateful. And you talk about gratitude, giving thanks. I'm actually grateful that I've actually helped and taught somebody enough just to bring somebody else in. So I feel like now things are starting to click and work. And what you were saying that, you didn't want to drive, race the car anymore, but you just wanted to help out at a certain point. And you get more gratification when you help somebody else win.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how I feel. Even when I'm racing, I like it better when my father and brother are going rounds after round, because I'm helping them to do it. I'm not the one driving, but I'm helping them to go rounds. And I just wanted to share that there is more gratification when you see other people that you're helping getting paid than you yourself getting paid.
Yeah, I thank you, Anthony. That's what keeps me in the game. I know this is the inner circle, but it's like I'll share something with you guys. Me, I'll reach out to my leaders, right? And I'll go, hey, send me the screenshot. So when you have your people send you screenshots when they get paid, yeah, Yeah, yeah. That is, the phrase that it's probably in some of my videos, Anthony. It's like it's so important for me to make sure someone gets a belief payday. So important to me. Because man, I probably haven't said this in a long time. This is another video I got to do. You guys know how you see these suspense movies and there's a bomb and the clock's going down? My mentor used to say to me, and maybe some of you that have been around me forever have heard me say this, but that'll be a video that I'll do, is that my mentor taught me that the second that someone signs up as an affiliate, the clock is ticking. And it's clicking down. And if you don't get them a belief payday, they'll disappear from your life forever.
Yeah.
And so the urgency that I have to get them a win, get them an affiliate underneath them. If it's not personal, that's why I'll send them a screenshot showing them that people have fallen underneath them already because of what I'm doing. That keeps them in the game. Then it's like they get an affiliate. That's another win. One of their affiliates buys something, another win. Now all of a sudden it's like, wow, I can do this. I wait a minute, I did something and I got paid for it. It's like, wow, this works. And see, remember, Anthony, when I talk about the worst kind of success is a little? In my opinion, the worst thing that you could do is sell product at retail. Can you understand why? You got to win. Robert, I sold product at retail and I made $200. Damn, he's done. He's done. Now he's chasing the $200 retail instead of making sure that one of his people get a check. See, so me, it's like when my people hit ranks, you see how excited I get.
Yeah.
And it's more just excited that every one of those 1Ks, every one of those 5, 10, 25, 50Ks, do you know the last 2 Thursdays, these people have gotten a bonus check for hitting those ranks?
It's amazing.
$100 for 1K, $500 for 5K, $1,000 for 10K, $2,500. So some of these people like Mosh and Josh that hit 50K, they made 91 in upfront bonus money. Now they got to keep the 50K. It's like when you get excited and then, so you hit 50K, right? And then you go in your back office and your back office says, yeah, you just need to maintain it for 1 more month. And then you get your $5,000 bonus. Well, what the hell is this? Yeah, it was in the part of the comp plan that you didn't read. And it's like, so, oh my God, I'm going to get $5,000 next Thursday. I didn't. So I showed you Mosh's back office. There's $5,000 missing there. He earned it. No, he earned it if he maintains it 1 more month, he gets it. So it's funny that we just constantly in life are just going through extreme highs of joys and winning. And then, my belief is, Darth Vader, sweeps your legs out. And it's like, I didn't notice this as much as I did when me and Terry started doing these marathon watches of the suits. I'm not proclaiming that you guys should watch this, but the constant ups and downs that these people have. We won the case. We won the case. No, they've set a motion. Now we didn't, and it's like, well, we did this motion and we overturned their motion. We won the case. We won the case. Oh no, they did something different and took that motion away. And now we lost. No. We got to do another motion to win the case. And I don't know if that sounds like drag racing, but it's like, damn, that was a good light. That was the best run we ever ran. Then you go up for the next race and something breaks. It's like, wait a minute.
It's strange how
How did I go from this high to this low? It's called the human experience. So Anthony, I'm proud of you, man. I'm freaking really, really proud of you. Yeah, you get addicted to your people getting checks every payday. You're gonna live a life that you've never imagined. I don't care how great your guys' imagination is. You've never, ever, ever, when you see someone change their life and send you messages crying because what you did in their life and showed them how to get a belief payday. You know, so I did you guys know Joshua A., the guy that did the interview yesterday? I reached out to him. I don't know if I told you guys this. I reached out to him and said this, Anthony, imagine me selling you this. Anthony, I need to set some goals with you, man. And I know I did this with you. I go, I need some goals. What's the goal? What's the best financial month you've ever had? What's the best month? I need to know how we together are going to beat that. Because I'll get you to sell your damn business. I'll get you to do it. And people are going, well, my business, like Josh Swagel would say, my business is not worth anything. What are you talking about? Well, without me, it ain't nothing. So if company bought this company, they would have to buy the visionary within that company. Does that make sense? And so I reached out to Joshua and I said, what's your best month? What's your best month you've ever had? And he goes, last month. And I go, no. No, you asked me a question. Last month was the best month I've ever had my entire life. And I just went, because of NDC? And he's going, yeah. And I had to ask him, okay, before that. And he said, well, I had 1 month where I made a little over $3,000. And so again, we're talking about a country where the average person makes $750 a month. So that was huge. So now he's made over 10 grand, or really, in my mind, 15,000. That's why I said it, because they already earned it. It's like these guys are going to hit 50K. They're going for 100K. So Anthony, I love you, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Thank you, Robert.
You bet. You bet.
Anthony, thank you so very much. Appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead. And we got one more here for the breakthrough session. Coach Bob, there you are. Yes, go ahead. Open up your microphone and share with us, please.
Hey, Craig, how you doing? I went to Craig's site and he has such great videos. What were those? Yeah, I had a laugh. He's funny. If anyone gets a chance, I would go there and watch him. But
thank you.
Yeah. I got a kick out of that. So I got the books, Robert. Ended up getting these babies.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting those. So I've been trying to.
What's the chances of you reading them?
I did. I try to read. Yeah. So I'm working on that.
I'm joking.
Read like a page every.
I have a couple of people that follow me all the time that tell me, "Hey, I got that book you told me to get," and I go, "Yeah, what was your biggest takeaway in that book, huh?"
Yeah, I'm working through this one first, so I just read a page whenever I can. But
good.
So I've been working on that audio, connecting people with audio on Facebook. I'm just kind of going slow at it with them. It seems like a lot of people get burnt. Got burnt out, and I'm not. And a lot of them are in this crypto thing. So I'm just kind of going slow, building relationships. And then I went to I'm working on my Facebook page because I know once I give them an audio, they're going to go on there and they're going to see. So I'm trying to clean that up and, look successful what I'm doing. So, and that's why I put the pictures up, all that. And I appreciate all the likes and the kind words people left. I appreciate that. So working on that, the pet store ones, it's a little difficult because I contacted some pet store owners to sell CBD oil and pet treats, but I tried to work that. I think what I'm going to just do is go straight out and try to ask them if they need pet oil or CBD treats. The gift thing, I tried it on 10 of them. I maybe could do more, but I just wanted to do a test to see what works.
In everything in life, the numbers are not emotional and numbers never lie. It's once you, again, a little success is everything. You've had a lot of success doing other things.
Yeah.
And so, all of a sudden it's like now, and I'm sure you've heard my Tiger Woods story. I just love telling that one. It's like people like that all of a sudden they've been doing what they've done forever and they get good results. It's not extraordinary results, but it's enough results where it's like they can't let go of it. It's sort of like instead of a job having in a hamster wheel or a glass ceiling, now you're self-employed. And I can't tell you in 36 years, Bob, how many people I've talked to that are self-employed and they have absolutely nothing good to say about it. There's not one thing they can find, but they ain't changing either.
Right. Well, I was stuck where you were saying, Robert. I sell products and I did a good job at that, but it gets capped off, right?
Yeah.
So, I've got to get a lot of people, like you said, to do a little bit. So I have to change my mindset. So I'm really working on that.
Good.
So,
and just know whatever little time that you spend at it, because, I don't know you really well, Bob, but I'm getting to know you better.
Right.
And you would never do what you've done in the past if you didn't look at somebody and went, that freaking guy's making what? See, it's our ability to look at someone else as making money doing something and going, you know what? If that clown can do it, not being disrespectful in any way,
right?
But just going, listen, if there's people that have figured out how to make a full-time income doing this, I'm gonna be one of them. And right. you get that attitude, you believe in it, you put the hours in, you go through all the failures to learn what to do and what not works. And me and Matt hired the best trainers in the world. We hired Brendan Burchard, we hired Frank Kern, we hired people that make millions of dollars a year doing online marketing and learn so much from them. And Frank Kern one time said something that I thought was funny, is he goes, you always see that I do a product launch and January and February of each year, and that's called my IRS launch. He said, because I don't pay taxes all year, so I got to do a launch at the beginning of the year to make enough money just to pay the IRS. And I was going, wait a minute. Didn't you tell me that your last launch did 2 million? See what I mean?
Right.
It's like all of a sudden you get to hear, how do you compete against somebody that is doing the work and the effort that you do to get at the top of the SEO? And there's a lot of work to that. So a lot of people don't know this, but when people reached out to Bob and said, can you do this for me? And he's like, no, I can't. There's zero amount of money that you guys could pay Bob to get him to duplicate what he's doing. He's just no.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it's luck, a lot of it's skill. But I mean, Aaron Parker, I told you, he said, "Can you make me one of these sites like you?" And I go, I can't promise you, and you know what I mean. If I gave you, you know what I mean, because I've got about 50 sites out there, like just with all different stuff. But anyways,
So it's going well to recruit. So what I would say to you is, Joshua Daramella's story for you guys should be amazing. That if you just keep doing this, to find someone that says, okay, this is going to be my full-time gig, I'm going straight to the top of the comp line. And I don't think that any one of you, while you're watching Joshua's interview, if you haven't seen it, when I asked him, what is his future goals with this company? And because of the way he thinks, Bob, he said, oh, with the population in Nigeria alone, I'm going to create X amount of masters.
Wow.
See, he didn't say, I'm going to be master. He's going, listen, with the population and what we can do in Nigeria alone, I can create X amount of masters. And I'm going like, there's nothing that's going to stop this guy, except one thing. One thing will stop him is people set goals like that. But when you hit super affiliate and all of a sudden you're making $1.2 million, $1.4 million a year, you start going, yeah, this is pretty cool. So I can't tell you, Bob, how many people have told me, hey, I'm going for the top. I'm going for the top. And then I'm going like, hey, you just bought another new car. You just built a custom home. Now you're taking your family traveling everywhere. I'd like to know how many vacation Candace Bird Davis has been on in the last 4 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like we all say that we're going to go all the way to the top, but you're not going to know how you're going to act making 50 grand a month without doing anything.
Oh, right.
It's like I have fallen into that trap multiple times.
Oh, I bet.
Because I don't know, you deserve it. You deserve to take some time off and enjoy, what you've done for you and your family. So
Sure.
just know, Bob, that if Joshua Daramella, making $800 US, can stay in the game for 3 years, and then he finds a mosh, that's why I keep planting seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm just getting relationships on Facebook. I'm connecting, and then I'm showing them, like you said, Robert, I have my own story. So I showed them what I've made, and they said, oh, I've only made 1,000. And I showed them, both what me and my wife made. And they were like, wow, so, and I'm just taking it easy with everybody. I don't want to push anybody because they were in something else, but
when you find the right people, they'll run you over.
okay.
They will. They will totally just listen. So the difference would be, in the past, Coach Bob would coach them. All right.
Right.
So when you find the right people and they're going like, listen, if there's people right now making $1 million a year, listen, then you need to talk to my business partner, Robert Hollis.
Right.
And then I show the people that have never seen it before the right way of doing this business, and they get ignorance on fire and believe that's exactly the way it should be done, believing that they're going to find apples that have seeds that grow in orchard. And then all of a sudden they're a miracle story, and people are like, that's bullshit. Robert put some legs underneath them. He did something, like, no. So thank you, Bob.
Yeah, thank you too. Love you very much. Thanks for all the help. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, just take and my deal is I don't know why, Bob, people, again, is coming from logic. It's how many hours or how many people or how many seeds do I need to plant? And I just tell people, more than anything, it's consistency. So yesterday was me and Terry's 5.5-year anniversary. That's 2,706 days, I think. And we averaged $2,300 a day. If you guys want to see my new pitch that I'm hitting people in the forehead with, is that you're not going to average $2,300 a day going from company to company to company. So sooner or later, you're going to have to learn the skills to build a group to help people get a payday if you're going to build a group. And I was sharing this with just a leader the other day, as I said, how many of you have listened to Jim Rowan's How to Build a Successful Network Marketing Group? And the guy goes, I know it by heart. And I said, you do not. And he goes, why? And I said, I'll make you $1 million bet that I can prove to you that I've listened to those audios more than you. And he goes, I know you, and I'm not taking that bet. Okay. I said, do you realize that in all the years that I've listened to that audio, it was just 2 years ago, when I listened to the audio, and Jim Rohn said, well, you know, the one thing I knew is I knew how to plant and do potatoes. So I'm a potato farmer. And then I found out by doing odd jobs that I seen someone with a Cadillac. I seen that they had a really nice clothes on, and I asked him what he did. And he says, I'm a salesman. And I went, well, that's for me. I'm going to be a salesman. And then he really quietly just says, now I'm telling you, you can make good money being a salesperson. But when you learn how to build a group of people, you'll make a frickin' fortune. And I went, I would have liked to pick that up the first time I heard it. Because I focused on sales. A good part of my career, I've made a lot of money in this industry. And my first years in this industry, not only hitting top ranks, making 30,000, 40,000 a month. I was the deal. If you didn't believe it, just ask me. But every one of my group that were making above average income were people that I didn't know, that I've never contacted. So there was a part of this industry where I believed that it was just luck. You know, some will, some won't. So what next? Those spaghetti against the wall. It's their job to figure it out. And then when I left that mentor and found this mentor, I went, it was that and Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I'm going like, exactly what Joshua said. To close this out. Wait a minute. If I treated this like a franchise, and my number one goal when someone came in is to make sure that they got profit. If I could just focus with them and make sure I get them in profit. Because my thought back then was, if someone put in $200 or $300 or whatever, I never thought about this till now, but as a free affiliate, when they first get their first payday, they're in profit. Isn't that amazing? So that's why I leaned into that. That's why I really leaned into that and just went, you know, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to focus on. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that when I show up at events and people walk the stage, that every one of them is going to say, and I want to thank Robert Hollis, and I want to thank Robert Hollis, and I want to thank Robert Hollis, and I want to thank Robert Hollis. And that was because I was still in the competitive mode. Are you guys getting me? My job was to kick everyone else's ass in the company. And so if I had more people on stage at the highest ranks, then I was kicking your ass. Why was I doing that? Because I needed them to acknowledge that I was better than them. And so then I get pissed off because no one will listen to me, right? And I'm going like, I finally get older and I'm going like, they're just on their journey. Just like I'm talking to, you know, Katie. It's like, wait a minute, they're just on their journey. And I don't think they should go to another company because they offered them money, because their heart's still not into helping people. So if they take the deal, then they're going to hit ranks, but then they're going to fall out of the ranks, and then they're not doing production because they don't know how to build. So then the person that's giving them the money cuts the money off, and now we're in a different pattern. See, so, you know, when you guys seen Robert Dean Jr. speak on stage just a little bit, I mean, Robert Dean Jr., I love this kid. I love this kid, but he took a big deal one time and in Monavie, And he's been chasing deals for frickin' 15 years. Right, Jerome? It's like all you do is you watch his page and he's in a new company and he's in a new company and he's in a new company. And it's like, man, I guess that's the way to make money. I remember, I'll leave you guys with this. There was a guy named Jeff Slagle. He's not living anymore. So, he can get mad at me at this. But one time a guy called me up and they were an old company called Sunwriter. And we were flipping out because I don't know if they got a big investment money or he just decided that but his deal was he flew in every leader in network marketing. It was like a network marketing leader reunion. Everyone was going to Sunwriter and he was writing checks like the guy had $1 million. So billions of dollars. So you would sit at a meeting with a number of other top network marketers that you knew from other companies. It was the craziest stuff you ever seen. And you get to hear their story, right? So you guys know that, I have a tendency of saying stuff maybe I shouldn't, but I get pissed off. So Jeff Slagle reaches up, grabs a briefcase, opens it up, and pulls out this printout, a docs matrix printout. And he said, I built a group of 63,000 people. And the guy goes, wow, that's impressive. The guy that was writing the checks. And I said, Jeff, you do know that we now have back offices. You know what I mean? Where you can just log in and show people what you did last month. Because he was showing a printout that they were doing in the 1980s. This guy's still selling the story of his success back in the 1980s. And so he's like, he got mad at me, of course, and I'm going, listen, do you have like a current story? And then I realized what an asshole I was. Because it's not up to me whether him and the owner are going to cut a contract and he's going to give him a check. But then I found out what that owner was doing. It was still a numbers game. So if he had millions of dollars to write a check to every network marketing leader out there, and he could write it off as a tax deduction, and he got 3 or 4 leaders that really took this serious, and guess what? He did. He did find a couple of leaders that said, I'm not moving anymore. This is my deal and I'm in. And the rest of the people got a payday for doing nothing. But it's like, man, so that's why I don't take deals. Because a couple of times that I have, I was in the company, but the company wasn't in me. So it wasn't being blessed. So people that go to companies just to get paid and they still don't understand that this is a people business, they got to learn that. They got to learn that this is a people business. This is not a sales business. 2 different models. So as long as they keep treating a people business like a sales business, they're just going to keep rotating people. Every time you see them at the convention, it's like, hey, where's so-and-so? And where's so-and-so? Where's so-and-so? Oh, they quit. They're not doing this anymore. How many of you have had people in your group and they're not in your group anymore? Wait a minute. What if that was just part of the business? What if that was just part of the business? What if that was just part of the business? What if you have leaders in your group and people that you know and love, and you get really close and then they decide to do something else? What if that was just life? What is that just like? Do any of you had best friends in kindergarten and elementary school and And any one of you have friends in high school, and how many of you had good friends that are not good friends anymore? I just want to know what the hell you did wrong. What did you do wrong? Because every one of us have had close friends that are no longer friends. I'll leave you guys with this. You know the one guy that I talked about, David Beckley, that I built a drag car with? Okay, so overnight, I just tell him, listen, I'm not doing this anymore. What? We moved out to California to do this. Just like Anthony. I said straight to him, I said, no, you're the driver. He goes, I am not the driver. I'm the guy that supports you. I go, no, you're the driver. I don't want to be the damn driver. Listen, I'm done. I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm done. And I knew we didn't communicate anymore. And I knew that I crushed him. Anyone relating to this at all? And I knew that I had to focus on this because I love this passion of helping other people. And I started falling in love with people getting results. And I said, I need to do this 24 hours a day if I can. And I just fell in love with helping other people get the best results in their lives. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he got married. Now he's got 2 kids. And he's my age. And all of a sudden, you know, I'm posting nice stuff on his wife's Facebook page of his kids. We're not talking. I mean, I'm talking 30 years, 33 years. All of a sudden, he just reaches out to me. Hey, Bobby, what's up? I said, nothing. I said, just building the empire, just living the dream. And he goes, I understand. I go, what do you mean I understand? He goes, did you see my wife? And I said, yeah. She is freaking hot. And he goes, she pursued me. I said, this was a while ago, David. You got 2 daughters. And he goes, yeah. He says, I think they'll graduate, you know, high school when I'm like 80. You know, it was like, it was funny talking to him. And I go, why'd you reach out? He goes, I understand. I totally understand. He says, all I want to do each and every day is make sure my wife and kids are happy. I said, what are you doing right now? Working on other people's cars. What'd you do with yours? I'm done. I'm done with it. I go, really? He goes, yeah, I just help other people. I know a lot of stuff. I'm now NHRA certified. So if something needs to be done on a car, they have to bring it to him. And he's the one that certifies the work that was done for any kind of safety on top fuel, funny cars, pro stock, the biggest cars out there. And I go, I said, so how's life going? And he says, you know, there's more to life than trying to win races. And I said, that's awesome. And he never said he was sorry. He never said, you know, I really hated your guts back then. So to think that one of my very, very best friends when I was young, it just took him 30 years to come around. Now he wants to sell his property in California, move to Laurel, Montana. He's like going, I can sell my house for $1.5 million. You know what I can buy in Laurel, Montana? I said, yeah, I do. He says, I could sell my home, get a few acres, build a nice shop on it. And the rest of the money I could live on for the rest of my life. I said, okay. So he's 60. He's 1 year younger than me. But he's going, yeah, he said, I like to hang out with you. And I said, I'm way different than the guy that you knew. And he says, in what way? I said, I am not going to sit around with you and hear you complain about every freaking thing on the planet. That's not me anymore. I don't need to hear about the Democrats. I don't need to hear about your Trump stuff. I don't need to hear about your QAnon crap. I don't need to hear about how the country is going to hell and it's never coming back. I go, I'm not that guy. And he goes, why? And I said, because I learned from some people on how to create my own economy. What's happening in the White House has nothing to do with my house. He goes, you're not one of those Bible people, are you? I don't need to be. I don't need to be. But I'm responsible for my happiness. I'm not upset because of things that I don't have control over. And he goes, I might be open to that. I go, it's like these people don't get mad at me if you guys are one of them, because we watched Aaron Parker go down this path. Aaron Parker was going to be the person that was going to eradicate masks. You know what I mean? It's like this guy spends 24 hours a day on Facebook and social media getting shut down for, going against the masks. And I'm like, so being right to the point, so God forbid something happened to him and he's no longer here. And people go, what do you think about Aaron Parker? I know he sure started trying to stop people to wear masks. That's what I remember about that guy. It's like, I'd like to have just a little bigger legacy than I'll just stop right there because it's going to get worse. But when you see, all distractions are the same. See, some people say that you got to fight for the right to be right, to party. See, I couldn't stop myself. But it's like the song just dumped in there, right? And it's like, it's very interesting how we can just escape life or the working on being better to focus on fighting for the rights for people that don't even care that you're fighting for their rights. I mean, me and Craig and Matt were talking about this. It's like, I don't know. I know I have a lot of beautiful Black people that listen and watch and hang around me. And I just wonder how sick and tired they are of white people fighting for their rights. It's like, we need to be pissed about this. And they're like, I don't give a shit. It's like, but I'm fighting for you. No, you're not. It can't be anything worse in the world for someone that's not your culture and not your way of being upright and all of this stuff and say, I know how you feel. Well, I'm Black in here. I'm Black in here. It's like, can you shut up? Just shut the F up already. So my incredible Black friends that I have and the women, it's like I don't have a lot of common with women either. It's like, that's why I'll constantly say, I don't know how you feel. I don't know how you feel, but I'll do my best to try to be considerate of what's going on. But I don't know how you feel. I don't know how Craig feels when anti-Semitism comes around and everyone's anti-Jew. It's like I don't get it. I don't understand it, and I'm not even going to pretend that I do know. I do know how to be compassionate and loving to people that are broke. Been there. People that have been crushed by people that they loved. Been there. People that took advantage of you and made you feel like an idiot. Been there. So I'm just going to constantly try to relate to people based off things I know. And I want every one of you to experience the stories like I'm having in Nigeria right now. I want every one of you to experience the joy that I had when I was posting all the rank advancements of the Hungarian team and the Romanian team. And I want you guys to experience all the rank advancements that I was posting when Candace Bird Davis was focused, or Aaron Parker. I want you guys to experience that. So I'm just going to go to victory to victory to victory and not spend so much time looking backwards and trying to find the people at the right place at the right time, and just be so grateful that each and every one of you are in my life for the time that you are. Love you. Have a great day. Craig, back to you.
I just wanted to let that sit for a minute. Yeah, exactly, John. Mic drop moment. Absolutely. Robert, bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you so very, very much. And wow, what an amazing breakthrough session today. Thank you so much. And thank you, each and every one of you, for watching and taking the time out of your busy schedule to be part of our inner circle. And this, okay, yeah, it's not the AMAs, but it still is a amazing breakthrough session. So bless you all. Thank you. Got to give it out to our donators, Elisha Alman and Bill Shoemaker. Thank you so much. Again, if you want to donate, at the bottom of the YouTube chat, there's a little button that has a $sign on it. Click that, and you can donate the money. The money will go to charities that Robert supports. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Got to give it out to the people who participated today: John Tier, James Saunders, Katie Sanders, Anthony Lombardo, Coach Bob. Thank you guys so much. Give it out to Matt Hollis. Thank you so very much for being our foundation as our executive producer. Love you, man, and thank you for bringing it and putting this whole thing together. Robert, wow. Hugs all the way, and thank you again for watching our Inner Circle Breakthrough session. Until next time, before we leave, there were things that Robert shared that I also shared in the chats. If you want to save the chat, click on the 3 dots in the chat and then click on Save Chat at the end of this. Everything will download to your computer. If you're watching on YouTube, it's all there. Whatever's posted in the Zoom chat is right there, and will also be in the description below the YouTube video. So until next time, everyone, bless you. Thank you so very much. Be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. I'm going to unmute so we can all say so long.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Night, everyone.
Guys, thank you, Robert.
Thank you, guys. I love you guys.